Greetings and salutations, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well today. Today is going to be a brand new subscriber encounter, but it's going to be a little short as well. Last night, I had the upload with Victor done at, I'm going to say 10:30. I didn't get it out until 3:30. Normally that's about a 45-minute process to get it uploaded. For some reason, pictures, documents, everything just kept going haywire. My laptop was literally going haywire. I ended up figuring a way out of not using my laptop and using the recording and sending it to my phone, editing it through a program on my phone, and uploading it from there. It was honestly quite nerve-wracking. So today I messed with it a little bit and I want to see how it works. So that's why I'm going to do just a single subscriber encounter from Australia as like a test to see if I got the laptop running smoothly again. Before we get into today's upload though, a couple links. As you know, I rely on my Patreon, my PayPal, and my merch to help this channel to continue to grow and go. All of those links are in the description below. I also have a second channel for creepypasta, fanfiction, and scary voice acting. Stories that, well, they really don't fit on this channel. Now, if that's anything you're into, follow that link and give those stories a listen. You may just like what you hear. Now I've taken enough of your time, guys. Let's get on with today's encounter. Shall we? The Australian subscriber encounter. Okay, well, here goes. I'm still trying to clean the fecal matter out of my underwear, LOL. So I work in the mining game and often travel from Perth in Western Australia to the far reaches of our great state. This encounter happened on one of those trips just a little under a month ago. The drive is about 2 days to get where I was going, so I left early in the morning from my midway point, around 2:30 a.m. But for some reason, I couldn't keep my eyes open, so I decided to pull over on one of the many rest stops on the side of the road. These are nothing like your rest stops in the United States. Generally, just a dirt track off of the highway, no facilities. I pulled in and rolled back the seat to grab 20 or 30 minutes of shut-eye. I left the truck running because it was cold outside and had the heater on. I must have dozed off because the next thing I knew I was awoken by scratching on the glass on the passenger side of the truck. Didn't think much of it because there's no one out there. Then, not a second later, I heard this guttural low growl that sounded like a large dog, menacing in the way that was a warning before they bite you, you know? I literally was paralyzed with fear to the point of noticing I was now sitting in a puddle of piss. I was that scared I couldn't move or breathe. I just stared at this thing, unable to comprehend what I was looking at. The window was cracked about a centimeter to stop the cabin from misting up, and this thing raised its nose to the opening like it was trying to get a proper sniff of me. Like I said, I was paralyzed with fear, unable to move a muscle, still not believing what I was seeing. By this time it was around 4:30 or 5, so still dark at this time of the year. It stared at me for what felt like an eternity, but I think was only about a minute or so. Then it started making its way around to the front of the truck. Also, I must add, it was at the height of the window, which is around 7 feet in your measurements, all the while watching me and baring its teeth, as it never took its eyes off of me. As it's coming around the window screen, it broke eye contact as it moved past the door to the front. At that point is when I broke out of my trance and slammed the truck into gear and took off as fast as I could get the truck moving. I was hoping to hit it, but it moved out of the way too fast. I could see it in the trailer lights just standing there on 2 feet, and as the back end of the truck went past, it lumbered off into the bush at such a pace it was as if you blinked and you missed it. I don't know how much you know about Australia, but up north here is hundreds and hundreds of square kilometers of nothing around. These things could hide out here forever and never be seen. I'm sorry if it's not more exciting, but it was plenty for me. Needless to say, I don't stop on the side of the road anymore, no matter how tired I am. Thank you for taking the time out to read my boring encounter. I listened to your channel, but never thought these things existed in Australia before. Maybe this is what the old tales refer to as the bunny nip in our folklore. Thanks, Jeff. Well, you know, one thing I can say, the story was definitely not boring. Every time I read or narrate one of these encounters, I like to put myself into the shoe of the person that is telling the story. And I can definitely see myself urinating, waking up to something like that. Definitely a terrifying encounter. I do know of a couple of other Australian Dogman encounters from subscribers. I'd have to go look through the subscriber file, but there was one where a gentleman's mother was living on an old Air Force base, I believe, that was converted into apartments. Don't take me on this. It's been about 1.5 years since I narrated it. And something smashed through her window. She insists that it was a Dogman, and more than likely it was. The other one I'm not really recalling off the top of my head, but I know there was a second one. I think there was 2 in Queensland. The first that I just mentioned right after this gentleman's encounter was somewhere around Queensland, I believe, and there was another one in Queensland. So yeah, you are absolutely right. I mean, Australia is, you know, the last forgotten world, pretty much. You've got bush and deserts and jungle, and there's small tropical rainforest areas. So yeah, I mean, pretty much everything wants to kill you on that island, so why can't there be a Dogman? What a great encounter, though. So, last night, the discussion with Victor went very well. I know that he appreciates all of your well wishes and prayers. I was shocked when he called me out of the blue. Like I said last night, I would just, quick send him, hey, how are ya? I didn't hear from him for about a week, and I was like, I need to check on him. And then out of the blue, it was a call, and we ended up having a very good upload last night. And now we are going to do once a week or possibly twice a week campfire experiences and or encounters with Victor. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's upload, and once again, I apologize for it being short. It was more or less a test run. I didn't want to record a whole bunch. I just wanted to get this gentleman's encounter out. It was definitely terrifying. With that, guys, I want to bid you farewell.